title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to line a bag, specifically how to line this bag. In my last video, I showed you how to make this bag, step-by-step tutorial on how to make this bag, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to line this bag. And basically this is gonna help you with lining, because you basically line all bags the same, but I'm specifically showing you how to line this bag today. And yes, I'm going to be showing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to line the bag. And if you want to make this bag, go watch my other video. But with further ado, let's get into this video. Okay guys, so for this you will need the fabric, you will need thread. It can be the same color as your project or not, but it's better, you can see it less if it's the color of your project. You'll need scissors, you'll need a needle, you'll need a fabric marker or a colored pencil, and this is to thread the needle, and tape measure if you want. And you will also, last thing you will need is a flat iron, and that will be all for things you need. Okay, so first lay out your fabric, and if you are looking for affordable fabric, you can just go to Walmart. First you lay out your fabric, and this step is optional, but creases you can just flat iron it. I'm just gonna go over it real fast so it can lay a little bit flatter. I'm not gonna get all the creases out. Okay, and then we're gonna grab this measuring tape, and we are going to measure how long the bag is. So from this end to this end at the top, because the top and bottom are the same. So it's about 9. It's a little less than 9. So now move the bag to the side, and we are gonna start from this part actually. And we are going to go to 9 with our fabric marker or colored pencil, whatever you choose. So there's 9 right there, but we're gonna add 1 inch, and because we are gonna leave ½ inch a seam allowance. So there it is, and then we're gonna leave half of that seam allowance, and then we're gonna do that half on this side. If you see what I did right there, that was the 9, and then that's the ½ inch right there, and there's a ½ inch over there. And then we're gonna measure how long it is. So it's about 5. So we're gonna do 6 going up, and because we're gonna leave ½ inch seam allowance. We're gonna draw the straight line down. Then do ½ inch and ½ inch seam allowance. If you have a harder ruler, you can use that so you can get your perfect lines. So straight up and down part, I did a little long. Remember, so now you cut along the outside lines because this is your 1/2 inch seam allowance. So cut along the outside. I'll be using this cutter, but use scissors. And if you have this, I just been sewing for years, so I have sewing tools, different types of sewing tools. Go along the line. Mine wasn't really straight, but that's why you should use scissors. And then we are going to duplicate this. So move your fabric over or however you want. And we're just going to lay this one on top of this fabric. Just going to lay it on top. Line it up. And cut along the line. I'll be back when I cut this one out. Okay, both pieces are cut out now. And like you did 1/2 inch on this one, this is the back side and this is the front side. This is the back side, so we're also going to do 1/2 inch seam allowance on this one. Just how you did the other one, so just measure 1/2 inch and then do it. I'll be back when I have this one marked. Okay, now that we have the first two cut out, we are going to put these to the side and we are going to grab our bag again and we are going to grab our measuring tape again and we are going to measure the strap. Only the part with the bag though. So, I'm going to see and try to make sure we get it good and we're going to go around. Okay, so it's basically, it's 18.5. So we're gonna do 18.5 length and we're gonna do 1/2 inch seam allowance. So bring this back out. Oh, I forgot. And we have to measure the width. So it's 1 inch. A little more. See that? Right there. So we're going to do that 1/2 inch seam allowance as well. So it's up to, sorry, it's out of frame. It's very long. 18.5. But we're going to add 1 inch to it because we're doing 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're going to go to 19.5. And then from that, at the top, let's move it down so you can see. It was 1 inch and a little more. So we're going to go here. Because 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we mark right there. Then we grab our ruler so we can get exact. in close and personal with it. So we do that, and then we have to go all the way down, and exactly how we did the other one. So I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm done with the lines. They're not that straight, but just bear with me. Get them as straight as you can as possible. But yeah, so we are going to cut with scissors. Okay, not all of this, just cut it. Anyways, okay, cut the top. So there we have it. It's this. Then we're gonna move the excess fabric out the way. Okay, and next we have all of our pieces together, and then we can use these. You can use these. It's optional or not, but if you've never done this before, I suggest using these, and I forgot to mention these at the beginning. Okay, so let's put one of our panels to the side and start with the first and the long one. So what you're gonna do, wrong sides are gonna face each other. So we're gonna flip this to the correct side, and then, wrong sides are facing opposite of each other. Then we're gonna put wrong side on this, and we are going to use these across here. On our 1-inch seam allowance, we're gonna put them across. Okay, now that we have added all of them to this side, we are going to move this, and we are gonna make sure all of this is touching right here, and we're gonna pin this all together. Make sure they're all the way at the ends to each other. Okay, now that this part is done, we are going to do this again to this corner. And make sure all of it is touching. And then we're gonna bobby or pin this up and make sure it like goes around. Same thing. Another way, if instead of doing the bag, you can use this, and so you can do the line to measure it, but I forgot about that. So this is the way we did it, and I'll be back when I have this part. Okay, now that we've pinned this whole thing, it's going to look like this. And now let's set that aside real quick, and we are going to add our string. So let's take a good amount, and then cut it off. Then we are going to, if you don't know how to thread, put this through the little needle hole, and then you put the thread through this, drag it out a little bit, then you pull this out and it gets the thread through. Okay, so now for this, I am going to be showing you how to back thread, because I think that the easiest one to learn. And it keeps your stuff good for a while. So first you push your needle through here. We're using our 1 inch seam allowance. We're going to the line. So I'm gonna thread it through. We're not gonna we're gonna leave some thread, and then we're gonna poke it through the back side. Poke it through. We're gonna pull all of it through. Make sure that you hold this one down so you don't pull too hard and it goes anywhere. And then we are going to go back as close as we can to this one. We're going to push it through there. We're going to push it through there. And make sure your thread doesn't get tangled while you're doing this. So push it through there. We're going to pull. Okay. And then now we have this right here. So now we are going to the back side. And we are going to go up a little bit on the line. That's why you have it. They're 2 different lines, so it's kind of hard. So we're going to go through the line on the back. We're going to go up a little bit. And we're going to pull that all the way through. Try not to tangle your thread so it doesn't get knotted. Keep your thread untangled. So we're going to pull. And then we're going to come back to this side. And back down here to this. And we're going to put our thread back through there. And we're going to pull. Making sure not to thread it. So it's starting to look like this on the front. And then here's how the back is looking. So we're going to grab our needle again. We're going longer again on the back. Going to push it through. Try not to get it tangled. And then as we go, when you get to the part where you're close to these, you can slowly take them out. But now we're back on the front facing side and we're here. And so now we're going to go down there. And then we're going to pull through. Make sure you don't get your thread tangled because that would be bad. And you continue that around the whole thing and come back when you're ready for the other side. Okay, so now that we are done with the first one, you can open the seam and flatten it with your iron, which I'm gonna do that last. Actually, I might not even do it at all. It's optional. You can do it. It's just better. And you can flatten out your project if you have any creases. Flatten it. And I'm gonna flatten it at the end. This is the inside, so this way you'll be looking at. And now we get our other panel and we do what we did for the other one to this side. So we add them together as good as possible, as best as we can. We add it together and we use our pins. And you go all the way around just like you did for the last one, and you do the exact same sewing part just like the last one, and come back when you're done with that. Okay, so what you want to do now that you're done, it should look like this. It should look like this, where it's a bar. And so you flip it. You're flipping it. And I forgot to turn on my iron, so let me turn that back on. Okay, so we have this, and we are gonna flat iron it to you get all this it out, and then after that, my flat iron is really not working. It takes kind of a while. So you know how we did the half an inch right here? We are going to fold it on that all the way around. While it's flipped this way, we are going to fold it all the way around, and you can pin this if you want, but you're going to flat iron it so it stays down all the way around. We're going to flat iron. I'll come back when I have this whole part flat ironed. Okay, so I've flattened all of it, and make sure you also flatten the insides. I forgot to tell you, make sure you flatten those too, because you have to go around the edges. So now that you flattened that, you will want to flip it back inside out. And if you want extra to go over it again, you can, but I'm not going to. So now that that's done, you are going to grab your bag, and we are going to put the fabric inside the bag this way. So this is inside, the good side is inside, and this is facing the bag. So we're going to put this in the bag. And we are going to use our pins to pin it inside the bag, so it does not move as much. Get the strap out of our way. And make sure we get it right. Be careful not to poke yourself, because I kind of poke myself all the time. I've been working with these needles for years and still poke myself. So be very careful. And you're going to do that around the whole bag. Start at the corner and then work your way around to this, and I'll come back when I have it done. Okay, so I have lined the whole bag. So this is how it looks inside. It's all lined and pretty. And next we are going to be sewing. So first, you can either sew how you sewed the sides. You can also sew the top, or there's this other method that I'm going to be showing today, where you grab what you used, and we are going to be using this like we used to sew in our ends, and we are going to sew across around the whole thing, and I will show you how. Okay, so first, make sure you add this on, and make sure you cut a good amount. And this is sharp enough to go through the fabric, unless it's like a really thick fabric. I've never tried it with a thick fabric, but with this fabric, it works. So we are gonna go into the side to start off with. Okay, we're gonna start with one side, and we're gonna go all the way into it. You might need to add a little pressure because I forgot we folded it, so it is a little thicker. And so you're gonna pull most of it through. But we're gonna leave a little bit because we're gonna weave this in. We're gonna weave it in. So what we're gonna do is basically just poke in and out through it along the top, and since it's the same color as your project, you're gonna put it in between the stitches to where it looks seamless. Just gonna poke it in between so it went through right here. Just gonna stay along the top and go in between the stitches and poke it through. Either if it doesn't go through right away, this might be dull, so just poke it through with a needle to start, and you should be able to get it through all the way. Okay, so I switched to clips on my project. If you have clips, the whole time you could have been using clips if you had clips, but I switched to clips because I like them better and the needles were annoying me. guys, so we are all done. I am sorry if you feel like my tutorial was long. This is my first time doing a tutorial, and my camera angle was kind of bad, but I was trying my best, and hopefully you're able to see and understand the instructions well. I will try to do better next time. I know like sometimes I was not all the way in frame. I'm sorry, I just couldn't see because my camera was beside me. But this is the bag. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. Very seamless. With the string, you have to do it very tiny or you will be able to see it. With this method, you cannot see it at all, but you have the lining, so you can see that you have lining like you're supposed to, and your bag's not gonna get bigger. You have your lining. It's seamless. The outside doesn't look crazy, and you can fit anything in your bag. Yes. So I'm glad you stayed and watched this video. I hope you like it, and I hope you come back for more videos and come on this journey with me to get better at doing tutorials and how to make something, to get better at it, to show y'all, to learn from my flaws, to get better, and to help y'all get better at crocheting and sewing on the way. But I'm glad you tuned in and watched this video. I'm so happy you stayed along, and make sure you subscribe and tune in for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!